That's the tone. That's where it comes from. So I want to ask you, I want to go back to one other place now.
Yeah.
And that's just Jingle Bells. And I want you to imagine the bells in a great cathedral. You see, the bells in the great cathedral. And as you play the melody, let me hear those gigantic bells in the great cathedral. Put your mouthpiece in that tuba mouthpiece, by the way. Yeah. Beautiful. Now I want you to play it again, faster and louder. Significantly louder. Beautiful. Same tempo, same volume, but all long notes. Not legato, but all long notes. Good. Anything there that you didn't like?
My lips hurt a bit.
Oh, don't care. You could put the mouthpiece over here and play. Doesn't matter.
Well, other than that, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, take the beep bum 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 bum. Play those last few notes. Bum 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 da da. Good. Repeat it again. Louder. Good. Louder. Now, when you get to the last note, I want you to hold it out, sustained with a big fat tone. Go. So what were you thinking about there? You got to the last note, all of a sudden, it's gone. Don't look at the mouthpiece. You'll blame the mouthpiece. What were you thinking there at the end?
I guess, again, I was wondering for how long I was going to sustain the note.
I'm going to ask you a dumb question. Did that work for you?
No.
No. Remember, there's two instruments. The one in your hands is a mirror. You see? So you're going to do that. You're going to play the four note, beep, da, 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 five notes, and you're going to sustain the last note.
Yeah.
Go. Why did you stop? That's not sustaining.
That's true.
Sustain the last note. Now let's just play the last note. Very loud. Let me hear the last note. Do that again. You notice that when you repeat, it gets better.
Yeah.
One more time. Go. No, I heard a wonderful sound, and all of a sudden I hear all kinds of. Because you started to think of something else other than the sound. How does this feel? What am I doing? You have to stay with the thought of the pitch. Go. Now let's add the melody. Da da dee da ba. Go. Da da da. Good. I don't care about the quality so much. I do care about the fact that you have to keep it going, because you have to give your brain an opportunity to figure it out. So once again, and sustain the last note. Good. Now just the last note by itself. No, 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 no. You were not thinking the note. So the difference between success and failure is musical and awareness versus self-awareness or any other awareness. Any other awareness. Usually self-awareness is mostly. What are my chops feeling? What am I doing? What am I feeling?
Just now, a strong wind blew, and my awareness went there. That was the moment.
Now I'm gonna have to leave you now. We've been going for about an hour and a half now. Now,
Yeah.
do you have any questions for me?
No. Well.
I like the first word you said. I
Hmm?
like the first word you said. You said no, but when you said no, I patted myself on the back because my goal is for you not to have any questions. My goal is for you to understand
Yeah.
and then take this experience.
Yeah.
And then you put but in there. And when you put but in there, you destroy the no. What was the but about? I'm curious.
I wanted to ask you if I can see you in the next week or two again.
Oh, as much as you want. I
Okay.
am retired now. I've been retired actually for 15 years. Celebrate. Yay. Because I only do what I want to do.
Nice.
But and this is what I want to do. This is one of the things that I want to do. So I'm going to suggest that you do at least an hour away from the mindless tube, the brass tube, and that you play with a big fat Chicago sound. You're familiar with the Chicago sound, Chicago brass sound.
Yeah.
That's healthy. That's very healthy. And so we want to encourage that, the Chicago brass sound, away from the instrument. And I tell people, put the instrument in the case out of your sight so that it doesn't have any influence on your mind. Sometimes if you see it, it can have an influence on your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you put it away, if it's out of sight, put it in the case. And in severe cases, I tell people, put it in the car, take it far away from you, because to disconnect. I call it disconnecting that influence. And then you're going to transfer what you're doing with the plastic tube, the plastic mouthpiece, into the lead pipe. And there's a methodology that I call this. It's very simple words: sing, buzz, play. Sing, buzz, and we did some of that. I had you singing, I had you buzzing, and then we transferred. And it's a powerful methodology. And so there's the number 3 is very important. Do you notice I kept asking you to repeat it like 3 times?
Yeah.
So any combination of singing vocally and buzzing 3 times. You can sing once, buzz twice. You can buzz 3 times. You can sing twice and buzz once. Any combination of singing and buzzing 3 times, then transfer that to the lead pipe. Sing, buzz, play. And see where you go with that. And let's not start with unhealthily. I didn't want to. You see, as a teacher, I have to create success.
Yeah.
And we don't start where my chances of success are not that high when I'm unhealthily. But in the open, especially the opening, I'm unhealthily. So we do Mary Had a Little Lamb, and we create success, and then we eventually transfer to unhealthily, of course. But that's not where we start. If we did that, we start with failure. You would be crashing and burning. And we don't want to encourage failure. We want to reinforce success. And so in order to create an expectation of success, Basil, you have to create a history. And in order to create a history, you have to understand what to do. And I'm pretty confident that you now know what to do. It's pretty clear that you have to follow that formula: vivid musical awareness, courageous mental commitment. Those 2 things. One follows the other, and then the execution follows is the 3rd element there. and you can't rearrange it. I'm going to go for the execution first. And by the way, most of the people who are struggling and come to me are trying to execute without the musical awareness. The musical awareness is faded. And now it's self-awareness. What do I do? What am I feeling? What should I do? All kinds of things. Listening to what they're doing. Trying to be in the audience and on the stage at the same time. Trying to be the producer and the list receiver at the same time. You can't. Jacobs said that you will have a very, very low awareness of what you're doing, what you're feeling. He said it's in the 5 to 10% level. It's a very low level. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. That felt pretty good. But that's not the motivator. It has to be, that's at a low level. It's out here. It's way out here. What's here, though, is musical awareness. And as you experience that, your commitment grows. Oh, this is working for me. This is working for me. I'm going to do more of this. And the more of you do, the more you expect to do. And it's an upward spiral. It's a wonderful experience. But we cannot try to deal with the symptoms of failure. We have to deal with the cause of the failure. So remember that when you are experiencing symptoms of failure, it's because you have abandoned musical awareness. That's the reason for it. There's no other reason for it. So when you want to do this again, and my door is never closed. And by the way, if you want to invite other people in a Zoom meeting, we can do that. You can invite anybody you want.
Okay.
We can do a group thing. There's a number of years ago, I was asked to do